with all the very latest for you this Thursday. Now, it's Good Morning Britain.
Good morning, Britain. No snogging under the mistletoe. Cabinet Minister Theresa Coffey warns people against a festive romance this Christmas as Boris Johnson continues to feel the heat over allegations of parties held at number 10 during lockdown last year.
I don't think there should be much snogging under the mistletoe. We should all be trying to enjoy the Christmas ahead of us, and that's why we're working so hard to get the deployment of as many vaccines as possible.
Picking up the pace as the drive to give out COVID boosters ramps up, the government strikes a deal for more than 100 million more vaccines to future-proof the country beyond the winter. Left in the dark, tens of thousands are struggling to keep warm as 30,000 homes remain without power for a sixth night following the catastrophic damage caused by Storm Arwen.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
Alec Baldwin breaks down in tears in his first interview since Helena Hutchins was shot dead on a film set and says he has no idea how a live bullet came to be in the gun he used in the scene. And it only takes a minute to make someone's day. Throughout December, we're calling on you to help us end loneliness by pledging some time to our 1 Million Minutes campaign.
A cold and icy start this morning with even a little sleet and snow. The outlook unsettled with more wet and windy weather as we head into the weekend. All the details of that and more live from Coventry Cathedral.
Thursday, 2nd of December 2021. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Kate Garraway.
Hello there, lovely to see you this morning. It is 6 o'clock and our top story on Good Morning Britain is to snog or not to snog. A cabinet minister has warned against snogging under the mistletoe, but said people should be able to enjoy themselves this Christmas. Work and Pensions Secretary Theresa Coffey said partygoers should avoid kissing people they don't know as the number of Omicron cases in the UK rises. Well, let's speak to our correspondent Jonathan Swain at Westminster. So, Jonathan, the message seems to be enjoy yourself, but be careful.
It does. It's a bit of an odd one, isn't it, this morning, talking about kissing under the mistletoe. Let me tell you, it is feeling rather Christmassy here at Westminster. I don't know if you can see it on camera. This is snow falling down here.
Pip, thank you very much indeed. British troops could be deployed to help deal with the fallout of Storm Arwen after more than 30,000 homes have still been left without power in sub-zero temperatures. The Business Secretary said the storm, which hit parts of northern England and Scotland, was the worst in 60 years. Our correspondent Nick Dixon is at the Cumbria Grand Hotel, where some residents have been staying, probably not been feeling particularly grand at the moment, although I know they have been helping out extraordinarily with people left without power, haven't they, Nick?
They have indeed. Morning, Kate. The problem here is the storm has just caused so much damage, particularly in some of the more remote areas.
Good Morning Britain is here all the way through until 9. Ben and Susanna here from 6:30. And the police are warning of the illegal use of e-scooters, but are they the answer to sustainable travel? Or are they simply a menace on the roads? We're debating that a bit later on. First, though, we're celebrating the Princess of Pop, Britney Spears, as she turns 40 today. Ross King is here in a few minutes to talk about that. First, let's get the news, travel and weather wherever you are, though.
Good morning. East Midlands Railway are warning people travelling to Lincoln this weekend for the Christmas markets to make alternative arrangements because of planned strike action. Thanks, Sean. I'll be back with more just after 7. Now it's over to Kate.
You're watching Good Morning Britain. Should we have a look at the front pages this morning? The Daily Mail reports that ministers have been told not to be festive killjoys after the Health Secretary said people should take lateral flow tests before Christmas socialising. The Telegraph says the government has bought enough vaccines for 2 more boosters per person to protect the nation from COVID. The Mirror follows up on its story over claims that parties were held at number 10 in the run-up to Christmas last year when there were severe restrictions for the rest of us with that. Happy birthday, Brittany. Good to speak to you this morning, Ross. Susanna and Ben are here. They'll be talking to you in just a moment. First, though, let's check on the weather with Laura.
Although you may see a cold snap in the morning, temperatures will rise dramatically by the afternoon. Box Boilers, proud sponsors of Good Morning Britain National Weather.
Good morning to you from Coventry Glyde. There's an ice rink in the middle of the cathedral ruins and it is absolutely beautiful. I shall be popping my skates on and heading to the ice later on this morning and fingers crossed I don't fall over. Weather-wise, when I arrived this morning, there was some sleet and snow and actually the outlook is still cold, it's still unsettled, air's still coming down from the north and we're still watching weather fronts trying to battle in from the west, bringing outbreaks of rain, sleet and snow as we head through the next few days. But for this morning, it is ice that is the main problem. Warnings from the Met Office for an icy start first thing this morning, particularly for western and eastern areas where we've seen rain, sleet and snow falling. But overnight we saw the sleet and snow through the Midlands, heading its way into the home counties, giving a light deposit for some, and there again it could be icy. And then a good-looking day ahead, some decent spells of sunshine for many of us, still some scattered showers for western and eastern coasts in that cold northerly wind, and another cold day ahead. But the wind's not as strong as yesterday, so for many of us not feeling quite as cold. So let's take a look at our 7-day outlook for Scotland, Northern Ireland and for northern areas of England, take us right through the weekend and into next week as well. We continue with our temperatures generally being below average, a little milder as we head through tomorrow, but then back down below average as we head through the weekend with frost returning by night. Looking at our percentage chance of rainfall for these northern areas of the UK, well, it's really hit and miss because we have rain, sleet and snow showers moving in, but in between there'll be some decent spells of sunshine, but there is a really high chance of seeing wetter weather moving in as we head into next week. Fortunes further south for England and Wales, away from the north of England for the next 7 days. Looking at our average temperature where it should be for the time of year, we stay on the cold side of it for the next 7 days, particularly by day and especially by night with temperatures below freezing. Looking at our percentage chance of rainfall, well, it's actually not too bad. Hit and miss again with some sunshine and wintry showers, but we are still looking at weather fronts trying to battle in from the west. If they make progress, that brings the risk of rain, sleet and snow. Most of it transient, but likely to turn wetter next Wednesday. For the weather where you are in detail, go to itv.com/weather.
Good morning, Britain. No snogging under the mistletoe. The Cabinet Minister, Therese Coffey, warns people against a festive romance this Christmas as Boris Johnson continues to feel the heat over allegations of parties held at number 10 during lockdown last year.
I don't think there should be much snogging under the mistletoe. We should all be trying to enjoy the Christmas ahead of us, and that's why we're working so hard to get the deployment of as many vaccines as possible.
Picking up pace as the drive to give out COVID booster ramps up, the government strikes a deal for more than 100 million more vaccines to future-proof the country beyond the winter.
Left in the dark, tens of thousands of people still struggling to keep warm as 30,000 homes remain without power for a 6th night following the catastrophic damage caused by Storm Arwen.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
Alec Baldwin breaks down in tears in his first interview since Lena Hutchins was shot dead on a film set. Says he has no idea how a live bullet came to be in the gun he used in the scene.
And it only takes a minute to make someone's day. Throughout December, we are calling on you to help us end loneliness by pledging some time to our 1 Million Minutes campaign.
Beautiful sight, happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
He's the man so committed to Christmas he's endured being pelted with fake snow as he recorded a new music video. Jazz superstar Jamie Cullum will be getting us in the festive mood with his new album.
Thursday, 2nd of December 2021, live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain. with Ben Shepherd and Susanna Reid.
Hi there, Good Morning Britain. It's just gone 6:30. A little bit of Jamie Cullum to get you in the mood first thing.
Not for a festive snog, Ben Shepherd.
But we're not allowed... Do you know,
the
when
government has told us.
Quentin Letts and Jackie Smith are in the studio. When you brought up the lack of snogging, the looks on their faces...
We were disappointed with it.
I could see that straight away. Jackie's mid-dating session as you follow the podcast, Jackie. How's this going to impact your dating over the Christmas period?
Well, you've slightly thrown me there. Obviously, I will test before I go on any dates in order to make sure that I am.
Well, that's a really good point. Is that dating etiquette these days?
Well, I suppose it probably is, isn't it? And never mind dating. I mean, any party that I go to, it just feels sensible at the moment, given what we know, to take a test. I won't be snogging in a mask, I don't think, but I will be wearing a mask.
Well, it would be safer to snog in a mask than without a mask, I expect, according to Therese Coffey.
For more about Jackie's dating, I do follow the For the Many podcast with her and Ian, because, quite frankly, it's one of the most riveting parts of it.
Daily Mail this morning has the headline, Stop Being Christmas Killjoys, Minister. It's competition time now. Lines are closing tomorrow for our £100,000 prize.
Andy's in the studio. That's how big it is.
Oh,
Good morning,
it's
AP.
massive. It's huge. It's ginormous. It's £100,000 up for grabs, which, this is the best bit, it's guaranteed to be in our winner's bank account in time for Christmas.
Lovely.
So previously, you might wait 28 days or whatever. You will get the money in time for Christmas, so you can go and spend it on whatever you want. Do you know, last week I was in New York.
Yes.
Very nice.
And I met Father Christmas.
Whoa.
Well, no, not whoa, more ho.
Ho.
I need to check with you because I had a very sort of tense discussion with Father Christmas about what does Father Christmas say. He says...
Ho, ho, ho.
Susanna, what would you...
Ben's right.
Yes,
no?
Exactly. No, we're all absolutely wrong. So that is how we guarantee you get the money in time for Christmas, because I make that winning call to you next Friday or the Monday. You've got to answer that phone. Guaranteed the money in time for Christmas. A massive £100,000.
Thursday, 2nd of December 2021. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Ben Shepherd and Susanna Reid.
Good morning, Britain. It's just after 7 o'clock.
A cabinet minister has warned against snogging under the mistletoe, in her words, but... Still to come on the programme, the Cabinet Minister, Therese Coffey, has said people shouldn't snog under the mistletoe. I mean, that's a government minister's advice, as more than 30 cases of
I think it's people you don't
variant.
necessarily know. You could snog your partner under the mistletoe, that's all right, right?
Well, I'd like to ask Therese Coffey. I mean, how long is long enough to know someone to snog under the mistletoe?
This is a good point.
What would be your criteria?
Well,
in the past.
In the past?
5 minutes?
Marriage.
Marriage?
I don't think you can dive in before
I never would have kissed anybody in my life if I had. Should we have the right, meanwhile, to quiz our festive guests on whether they've done a test for a Christmas party, or even demand that they should be double vaxxed with a booster? Debating that next.
So maybe your parameters would be better. What are parameters for when you've known someone long enough to kiss them under the mistletoe, Susanna Reid?
Well, long enough, I think, is the words. Long enough. You're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV.
Like an introduction? Hi, I'm Ben. Hello, do. Hi there, it's 23 minutes past 7. Good to have you with us this morning. So, of course, December, for many, it's time for Christmas.
Thursday, 2nd of December 2021. Live from Television Centre in London. This is Good Morning Britain with Ben Shepherd and Susanna Reid.
Good morning, Britain. It's 6 minutes past 8. Here's Kate with the latest headlines.
Nithya, thanks very much.
Still ahead on Good Morning Britain, motoring marvel or road menace after the police warn against the illegal use of e-scooters. We're debating if they are the answer to sustainable travel or a risk to road safety. Sure, many of you have used them in the 40 towns and cities that they're doing pilot schemes around the UK. Get in touch, tell us what you think. Are they worth having and using, or are they just a menace?
Let's get the news, travel and weather where you are. We'll see you in a moment. It comes after the Prime Minister claims no rules were broken, but doesn't deny there was a boozy Downing Street Christmas party last year. We're joined now by the Science Minister, George Freeman. Talking about freedom, in fact. Very good morning to you. Okay.
Right, still to come, we have a jazz legend in the studio. The wonderful Jamie Cullum is here to reveal how he's getting into the festive spirit. Lovely to have you here, Jamie. We'll be talking to you very shortly.
Great to be here.
You're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV.
Happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is a blue sleigh bells ring. Are you listening in the lane?
Well, we're all in need of a festive pick-me-up. So look no further than Jamie Cullum, who is guaranteed to get you into the Christmas spirit. He has a new album, The Piano Man at Christmas.
And he's here with us now. Lovely to see you, Jamie.
Great to see you.
You know, Christmas is always going on in my house, and we put this on last night, and the boys were doing the homework at Dream.
Thank you.
So good to see you.
Great to see you too. Good luck with everything. We're back tomorrow from 6. Now it's time for Lorraine.